fact of the matter is that the academics that run around talk about this come from the institutions that are paying, in many cases, 50 cents on the dollar or less. But yet, it's not the patient who's getting the benefit of that. It's the patient who's calling in to Alan's company, Alan's organization, to basically say, I can't afford this drug. I'm making the trade-off between do I get this drug or do I get my next bunch of groceries? And that's a problem. And it's obviously not just 340B. We've expanded the Medicaid program. That's great. More people are covered. But the Medicaid discounts factor in as well too. So it's very elusive when you talk about the price of a drug being $100 or $100,000, whatever the case may be. And I'll let these guys talk.
Sure. I'll just make a couple quick comments on that. I think it's a really important discussion. Back to the initial question that led us here in terms of how the different stakeholders sort of define value. I think as an innovative pharmaceutical company, we would define value as the innovation that we are bringing to the marketplace, and sort of back to the initial equation of quality over cost. That innovation not necessarily only breakthrough innovation, but in some cases incremental innovation is just as important, to the point I made earlier around understanding the value of that particular innovation over time. When it comes to the sort of the price that someone actually pays for a drug, I think when we consider this as a pharmaceutical company, we think of how many hands are ultimately touching that product across the value chain before it ultimately makes its way to a patient. I've heard anywhere from 10 to 30, right? So there's a number of other actors within the particular space that, there's opportunity for margin, there's opportunity for added value as well, and I think we need to figure out how to sort of right size what we pay for those various services along the value chain. But as a pharmaceutical company, and our CEO recently published in the Wall Street Journal some of the statistics we were just talking about, it's 67% of that drug is ultimately paid within the commercial marketplace, and an average of around 19% of that price is actually paid within the government space when you consider all of these sort of additional components that come into once the product ultimately makes it to the patient. So we need to right size some of that. No doubt there's some bad actors on the pharmaceutical side as well. There's been some as of late that have gotten quite a bit of press, but I do ultimately believe that, for the most part, innovative pharmaceutical companies are looking to price medications based on that value that they ultimately bring to the marketplace.
And can I just say, I think everybody represented sitting at this table and others who aren't at the table really have a responsibility, because this is about value that's delivered. Look, I've said it publicly that community oncology is part of the problem. Community oncology has to be part of the solution. And I think that's inherent in the oncology medical home and some of the things that we've tried to do. And Ira and Mike have been involved, and Alan, in terms of defining what is quality, what is value. We have a responsibility. I think the drug companies have a responsibility in terms of literally value. I know there are impediments in the way. ASP is an impediment, best price on the Medicare side of impediments. They have to come down, but they have a responsibility. I think the same holds true on the payer side of it as well too, and I think it definitely holds true on the large health system side and even the mid-hospital side that has, for example, 340B discounts. We're all in this together. And again, it's not just about the drug, it's about the total pie that incorporates all the component costs of cancer care. And we all should be thinking about being measured on value, everyone involved. And I actually think that the patients have a responsibility, and we all should be measured in terms of value.